ringless no more. Say it again. The Philadelphia Eagles are ringless no more. We all we got. We all we needed. The underdogs are now the NFL's top dogs. That is right. Eagles, Super Bowl 52 champions. Philly 500 is here. I am Adrian Bedque. This is a recap that's been like 2 days in the making.
2 days in the making, but it's been partying for 2 days, staying up awake for 2 days. It's been crazy 2 days. So we just finished this whole celebration. Then we got to start. A lot of people got to start Thursday with the parade. So it's a lot going on.
A lot going on. I haven't gotten much sleep.
No.
I still might be feeling the effects from Sunday night. My voice is just coming back. But, oh, my goodness, what a night. And I really remember the as the final seconds ticked down, I remember how quiet the bar was for that split second that ball hung in the air. It seemed like it was 52 years that ball hung in the air because it was 52 years in the making. Eagles, they finally did it. And, you know, we all bawled like a baby. It's completely okay. And listen, this was the greatest underdog sports story of all time. I talked about it. This was a Rocky story come to life. And to think about how Bill Belichick and the Patriots, how they acted all week, the arrogance of Bill on Monday. I knew we were going to win on Monday because Bill Belichick was smiling all night. He never smiles. Never. He didn't start Malcolm Butler. The arrogance, the stubbornness. You would have thought Chip Kelly was on the other sidelines.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like the beginning of Rocky, the first Rocky, when Creed is all confident, he's having fun, he's going to have fun, a good time, and Rocky's there to win. And the Eagles came out, and they looked like they were more hungry. They just looked hungrier. From the moment they ran out on the field, they looked more hungrier. And I think New England just thought that they were going to just roll over and win it like they do all these other ones. But the Eagles punched back. And Foles went toe-for-toe with Brady. Peterson went toe-to-toe with Bill Belichick. And they won. And we won. And when that ball was hanging up and it hit the ground, it took like a second to look and make sure that it said 0-0-0. You had that wait like 1 second delay. Then you realized it was over. Then it was crazy. But I tell you the truth, I started crying when we got the strip sack on Brady, because I knew at that point I felt like we get at least 3 points, we're going to win this. At that point I felt like we're winning the Super Bowl, and I started flipping out, losing it, and it was an emotional roller coaster the whole night. Amazing.
I made a video a week or two ago about how this defense is the clutchest in the NFL, and they did it again. So all season long, whenever that team needed a game-sealing stop, whenever the opposing team needed to go down the field and score, the go-ahead score, it didn't happen. It never happened. And this was the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Tom Brady. He had scored 3 touchdowns on each of the first 3 New England possessions of the second half. But when they needed that strip sack, they got it. Brandon Graham lining up as a D tackle. He had a phenomenal night, by the way. There wasn't much pass rush besides him, but he was causing havoc as a defensive tackle, and he did it one last time. The strip sack on Tom Brady. Unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. And the most beautiful part of that was Tom Brady sitting on the ground looking up like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, it just sunk in, dude, you're losing the Super Bowl. You're losing the Super Bowl. And I thought it was classless, and I have not been a Brady hater, but I thought it was classless. He runs off the field, doesn't shake hands. Then he says in a press conference, the Eagles made only 1 play. They beat your ass, buddy. Double moonwalk on your ass. Yeah. All night. Pisses me off, dude, to be honest. I think Foles, I think the Eagles deserve a little more respect. But that's why they beat them. Because that team didn't respect them going in, and it showed.
They didn't respect them, and it cost them a Super Bowl. Because they didn't start respecting the opponent until the second half. Because the first half, they put up 22 points, and they couldn't score. They had no answers. So it was 22-12 at the half, and we obviously all know about the Philly special by now.
Yeah.
Oh, the gutsiest play call in Super Bowl history.
Absolutely.
My God. What a play.
That was an amazing play. And it was a shot at, in my opinion, I took it as a shot at Belichick. Like, I'm going to out-coach you tonight. I'm going to out-coach you tonight. And if you want to try to run that crap with Brady, we'll come back and run it on you. But ours will work. And that's what happened. That was definitely the most gutsy play call I've ever seen.
So many moving parts in that play. You had Foles right behind Lane Johnson, basically pretending like he was calling an audible.
Yeah.
You had Clement in the backfield. You had Trey Burton come on an end around, and he threw the pass to a wide open Foles in the flat. There was also another part to this play. I forget who else was in the right side, but he was like pretending to block, and it threw off the Patriots for a split second that allowed Foles to get free.
Yeah, that was really good. I remember, like, when you watch it, I like it because Clement's like going, like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then they snapped the ball. That was a gutsy call, man.
Yeah,
that was a gut. I mean, they had big gutsy calls all night to come out and throw the way they did. I just thought Peterson. You know, what can you say about Doug Peterson? He's, to me, an elite coach now. I think that as bad as it is that Wentz got hurt, I think that made him a better coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He went back, and he as good as he had been all year, he became a better coach. And it's a shame and it's a crime that he got one vote for Coach of the Year because he went from a non-playoff team to a Super Bowl champion. Sorry, he's the Coach of the Year, in my opinion.
He has a quality that no other coach in the NFL has, and that's humility.
Yeah.
And this is a big reason why I was wrong about him. Because we remember Andy Reid, and we remember how he used to throw the ball 50 times a game. If he would get a question from a media member, asking about, why did you throw the ball 50 times and only run it like 10? You know what he would do the next week? He'd throw it 60 times. Well, Doug Peterson, after week 2, after LeGarrette Blount got no carries, Lane Johnson complained. Zach Ertz complained. They all complained. And you know what Doug Peterson did? He listened. He listened to the players, and he made changes. And that was the start of the run to Super Bowl 52. We saw him change up the offense for Nick Foles. It wasn't, no. Hey, Nick, this is what we're going to run. This is my offense, da-da-da-da. No. He went to Nick. He asked him, hey, what do you want to run? Yeah. And he talked about the stuff from Chip Kelly and the RPOs, and he implemented into the offense. Humility is the biggest reason why Doug Peterson is an elite coach in this league right now.
Yeah, he's an elite coach. I wasn't sure of Doug either. The first year of Doug, he really frustrated me. The deke and dunk, a lot of that small ball. But it was 1 year. I said, got to give him a year to see how he does. He definitely, in the second year, I thought he was a good coach. He showed improvements. When Wentz went down and they had to adjust the offense and change the offense around Foles, that was, to me, like, this is a really good coach. And then to go out and then take it to another level against Belichick. What can you say? We're set at coach. We're set at quarterback. We get ready for the golden era of Eagles football. There's many more of these coming. Many more. I'm telling you all, it's coming. It's here. Call us champs. We're champs.
That's right. That is right. And the play or the drive that led to the go-ahead touchdown. So unbelievable here. So Super Bowl 52 in Minneapolis. Sorry about that. All right, so New England took their first lead in the second half, 9:22 left in the game, 33-32. And you know what the Eagles answered with? A 14-play, 75-yard drive that took 7 minutes and 1 second off the clock, and it limited the times that Brady would touch the football down the stretch, as we saw He only got it 2 more times. Clutch drive for Zach Ertz. He moved the chains on a 3rd and 6. He got a 4th and 1. Obviously, another gutsy call from Peterson.
Very gutsy.
Been doing that all season long, going for 4ths and 1s, all that. And then the 3rd and 7, he scores from 11 yards out. That puts the Eagles in front, 38-33. The greatest drive in Philadelphia Eagles franchise history.
Well, without question. And when I think of that drive, I'm always going to remember Chris Collinsworth trying to say it wasn't a catch. And I'm saying, what the hell is this guy talking about? Really, what is he talking about? I mean, the guy clearly took like 3 steps and he was a runner. As soon as that ball broke the plane, it was a touchdown. There's a couple calls that Chris Collinsworth said that were like, I don't know what he was looking at. And then he would act surprised when it wasn't overturned. But that was a great drive, best drive in NFL history. And, yeah, I mean, they went down and scored. And Ertz was a big part of it. Obviously, he scored. And look, at that point in the game, my thoughts were they got to get this 2-point conversion. I felt that if they don't get this 2-point conversion, with the inability to stop the Patriots all night on defense, I thought we were going to be in trouble because there was enough time for Brady to go down, So they didn't get it. And that was my fear right after that drive.
Yeah. All right, let's get into Nick Foles, the MVP.
MVP.
How about that? So he went, all right, I believe it was 28-43. What was the yardage? It was like
340 something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
3 touchdowns. Caught a touchdown pass. 373 yards in total.
Unbelievable, right? I mean, Nick Foles. I mean, look, I felt that Foles was good enough to get the Eagles to the Super Bowl. After the Vikings performance, I knew he could win it for us. But look, Foles is a legend. Foles is now a Philly legend. And, look, he'll always be remembered. He'll always be loved. Nobody should ever really have anything bad to say about Nick Foles. How can you? It's an inspiring story. Like, for the Eagles to have their first Super Bowl, be an underdog team, to go in and win with a backup. I mean, for all these stories and the way it happened, for the Eagles to have that be their first title ever is the best thing that can possibly happen. It's the best story. You can't make a better story for Philadelphia franchise than the way they won this one. And it's a beautiful thing. And, the thing with Foles, and I talked about this yesterday in my videos, I think the most interesting storyline in the offseason is going to be what they do with Foles. Because I think they're going to get a lot of offers. I do.
They might freaking get a first-round pick for him now. Unbelievable.
And if I don't get a first-round pick, I have no problem keeping him. He makes, $4 million a year. And that's part of the reason why he's probably going to get a big deal. Yeah. I mean, but I have no problem keeping Foles if I don't get what I want for him. But if I get a first-round pick, I have to do it. You have to do it.
Now, something that hasn't been talked about too much, how great the offensive line was this entire postseason run. And if we remember, during the year, the offensive line really struggled in pass protection. We remember how many times Wentz had to escape the pocket and make all those magical plays. But if you give Nick Foles time, he will pick you apart. This is a fact. And I didn't really see him get touched. So he had all day to throw back there, and he was deep. Listen, these were not dimes. They were quarters, some of these throws. Touchdown to Corey Clement, back left corner of the end zone.
Unbelievable pass.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right into his lap.
Yeah.
Alshon Jeffrey.
On the sideline. Oh, yeah.
And then also the over-shoulder catch.
The sideline pass was unbelievable.
He's got that touch throw, man.
When Foles has time and he can set his feet, he's fine. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't have the strongest arm, and he gets power a lot using his legs, and throwing with the proper footwork. He's fine then. It's when you get pressure on Foles and that kind of thing. But like you said, offensive line did a great job. I think there were only a couple of times I remember him getting hit. But for the most part, Foles moved around just enough too, and bought time a few times. Look, Foles was just magnificent. There's no quarterback that could have played better. Not Wentz, not Brady, not me. He outplayed Brady, in my opinion. Brady might have had more yards throwing, but Foles came up bigger at the end. So, hey, I think Foles really showed what he's about. Man, I think Foles can win big games. I always said Foles had it upstairs. He has it mentally, and he showed it.
He's got Joe Flacco syndrome. He plays better when the stage is bigger.
Yeah, he does. It makes you really wonder how bad Jeff Fisher was of a coach in LA. I mean, he had Casey Keenum, who goes to Minnesota and does everything, right? You have Foles that wins the Super Bowl. It's unbelievable to me that he would be so bad in LA,
Corey Clement, another one that I thought had a really big game. So the one play I remember, I was doing the highlights again last night for the Twitter handle for myself. So this wheel route that he ran on Jordan Richards, so he completely burns him. And then in the open field, he's got this vicious stiff arm on Deron Harmon, leads to a 55-yard gain, 4 catches for 100 yards in all for the undrafted product out of Wisconsin. Undrafted.
But I'll tell you what, man, he's a great player. He's a great find for the Eagles. And the thing that always surprised me most about Corey Clement all year is just he's a lot faster than you think. He's quicker than you think he is. I think Clement is going to be very good for us going forward. Anything bad about him. That was a great play on that wheel route. And then the catch in the end zone, that was another one where I thought, I don't know how they think that could get overturned. But what do I know?
Nelson Aguilar.
Where's Nelson Aguilar?
Receptions.
Where's Nelson Aguilar? No more. He's in the Super Bowl. He's a champ. He's a champ of the world. He was great, man. He was great. He caught everything. I mean,
All right. You still there?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you lose me for?
I lost you for a second. That's okay.
I don't know. I just start to fall asleep or something.
No. It's okay. I got a message on my computer. It says my internet's a little unstable. So hopefully we can last for the rest of the show. But all right. So Nelson Aguilar.
I can last, baby. I can last.
Nelson Aguilar. 9 receptions, 84 yards. Not really sure what you said because I lost you.
Oh, I said he's a great story. I only remember him dropping one ball. I loved how they used him. He broke some tackles. He was able to use his speed. I mean, he caught everything. Great year, great season, great story. And this whole team has stories like that. You know what I mean? That's what they're so likable for.
Yeah, I coming in, I figured he was going to be a big part of the game plan because I thought he was going to get matched up against Eric Rowe. But Eric Rowe was starting. And they were targeting him early and often. So he allowed
the Alshon touchdown.
Six or 7 receptions for, I believe the final total was 79 yards for him.
They saw Eric Rowe and they started licking their chops. They knew exactly what Eric Rowe was and what to do against him. And he was on Alshon for that touchdown, right? It reminded me of the Detroit game. I think was it Thanksgiving? I don't know if it was Thanksgiving. Remember the Detroit game where Megatron went off and Chip Kelly was still the coach and Rowe was getting torched.
Yeah.
That's the game that it reminded me of. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, the whole Malcolm Butler thing is kind of crazy. But, hey, that's on them. That's not our problem.
I mean, they don't have depth at cornerback. I have no idea what Bill Belichick was thinking. Listen, he's the greatest coach of all time. But it's him or Bill Walsh, in my opinion, or Vince Lombardi.
Yeah.
But he's the biggest reason why they lost this Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, I think, look, I don't, I think that I still believe there's got to be something that's going to come out later to tell us what the hell happened, because it just doesn't make any sense
Yeah.
to me. You know what I mean? But Belichick, he got out coached. He got out coached by Peterson, and it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
He underestimated the team. He
Yeah.
underestimated the Eagles. And I said it earlier in the video. He was smiling at his press conference, and that's when I knew that the Eagles
Wow.
were going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No. Well, no, you're right. I mean, I know all week they're like, and Bill Belichick was taking pictures with people, and he never does that. It's like, oh, really? All right, good.
Yeah, good. So I want to talk about the defense now a little bit. So basically what I saw, what happened with the Patriots and why they started coming back in the second half, they started targeting Ronald Darby a lot. Jalen Mills had a pretty good first half where he was matched up against Gronk on 2 occasions, and he actually had the pass breakup on both times. So one was a quick slant, the other one was a go route. He had 2 pass breakups. And then basically Jalen Mills wasn't really targeted that much after that. The only time he really lost was this double move, stunner.
Yeah.
I forget who that was. But then the second half came around, and Ronald Darby was getting lit up, just torched.
Yeah.
You know, so
We couldn't look. It was frustrating. I mean, you were texting back and forth. It was frustrating because they couldn't stop the big play. I mean, there were big gashes every drive where New England would get 1-2 plays and they were in scoring position. It was really, really frustrating, you know. And that's why I was so nervous at the end, because we didn't get that 2-point conversion at the time. So, yeah, I what can you say?
Yeah,
it was tough.
Yeah.
You know, we needed that 2-point conversion after touchdown to make it a 7-point game. And then it would have at least, you know, touchdown and field goal been tied. But hey, it worked out.
Yeah, those white guys did a number on us. Danny Amendola, 8 receptions
And Hogan,
for 152 yards. Chris Hogan, 6 for 128. And then obviously Gronkowski, 9 for 116, 2 touchdowns. We knew that Gronkowski was going to do his thing. Oh, man, 116 and 2.
And that was like all second half. Too.
Yeah.
I mean, they came out in that opening drive, and it was all Gronk.
Yep.
And Malcolm Jenkins wasn't really on Gronkowski, right? He was on the running back. White. Wasn't he on White?
Yeah, so James White. And he shut White down.
He did, yeah. I thought they would use Deion Lewis a little more, to be honest with you. But they had so many plays that they just gashed us so bad that I didn't feel like they could. I felt like the Eagles had to score every drive, otherwise they were going to lose the game. And you know, it felt like the Eagles had to be perfect. That's how it felt. You know, and then of course Brandon Graham, amazing play, biggest sack in the history of the Eagles. When it counted and mattered the most, and at that point, I knew we were in a great position.
The reason why the pass defense got torched the way it did, another reason why is there really wasn't a lot of penetration from the D-line, which really, really surprised me. It was very inconsistent. Fletcher Cox, I mean, basically no deep penetration. Not much of it. So it was basically just Brandon Graham. There were spurts where they got pressure. There was a drive in particular in the first half, New England's fourth series of the game, where Brandon Graham got in on a play, Vinny Curry got in on a play, Chris Long got in on a play, pressuring Brady and making him get rid of the ball sooner than he wanted to. But there were also a lot of instances where he just stood back there and had all day to throw. That's the key to the Eagles' success on defense is getting the pressure with the front four, but it didn't happen. And that's the one thing that really shocked me. And they were able to overcome all of that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable. I don't know. I mean, it felt like they were starting to get pressure maybe early second quarter. But then the Patriots kind of shut it down, and Brady got a lot of time. And it were big downfield plays. They were getting gashed. And you know, I was screaming personally. I was screaming, blitz, bring some blitz, start blitzing. Like, do something. You got to do something because it's not working. But it finally got home when it counted the most, and that's all that matters, really.
They threw the ball 49 times. I said Brady was going to throw it 50, so I was wrong. I said 50, and he threw it 48.
You got to round up, man. Round up.
Yeah. Well, I was wrong though. Yeah, they nitpick me when I'm wrong.
Let's wait. I do want to address wrong in a minute here.
Okay.
I have something to address.
Yeah, we'll address something. Brady, 28 of 48, 505 yards, 3 touchdowns, obviously. So they threw it 49. They only ran it 22. Something I also want to say about our offensive line, because the guys in the trenches don't get enough love. All right, so they were running the ball and gashing the Patriots. LeGarrette Blount, 14 for 90. Jay Ajayi, 9 for 67. 27 runs in all for 164 yards, 6.1 yards per carry. Brandon Brooks was a monster in the running game.
Yeah.
Stefan Wisniewski was a monster in the running game. And the other guy that was actually making big plays too was Halapoulivaati Vaitai. So
yeah.
Big V really, really growing the second half of
Big V.
Yeah, the last month or so.
Big V's a champion now. He's a champion now. Yeah. I mean, this whole unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable. They played great. I thought they were great. I thought, Foles had a lot of time. Foles felt comfortable back there. I thought they did a hell of a job. Kelsey did a hell of a job too. Yeah. I mean, I have nothing you can say about those guys, man. I'm glad they're on our team.
So what is it that you wanted to address?
Well, I want to speak about wrong, because you said the word wrong and it triggered something in me. And for the last time, I'm going to address wrong. When you say 32 equals 17 on the third month of the 6th day of the third year of not, and blah, 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 so the Patriots are going to win. I'm getting flooded on comment sections during the game about how the Patriots are winning because it's scripted. Well, guess what? You were wrong again. It was wrong. That's right, wrong. For the final time, this scripted stuff, this rigged stuff is bullcrap, because they're wrong again. And I just want to get that out there. I will not address this thing anymore. I'm done. It's wrong because it's not even worth it, because it's wrong. I had to get that out of my chest.
Well, I know who you're speaking about. So I'll just say it. So my dingbat of the week is this guy by the name of Fulford. If you guys don't know who he is, he basically thinks the NFL is scripted. He sent me all these videos, and I showed him at every single video, because he doesn't really understand football. So every single video that he sent me, I broke down, and I showed him, no, it's not rigged. This is what happened. So he was saying all week, he claims to be an Eagles fan. He claimed all week, why are you guys cheering for the Eagles? Why are you guys going to brace yourself for disappointment? Because the game is rigged. The Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. Well, guess what happened, motherfucker? You were wrong.
Wrong. Dingbat. Wrong. Frank is saying dingbat. Frank said dingbat. He's a dingbat. That's all I know. Look, I'm sorry. I like the guy. I do. But he's wrong. And he flooded my comments during the game. And there were a couple other people that did the same thing. But it's wrong. So let's put it to rest. It's over now. Those people have been proven wrong. It's not rigged. It's not scripted. Now, I do think there's some manipulations with money lines and stuff, and betting lines with referees, but that's a whole nother story. But the game was not scripted. Darren Dalton didn't die in a sacrifice so the Eagles could win the Super Bowl. Did not happen.
For those people that don't know, Darren Dalton was actually an ex-Philly. He's not an ex-Eagle. So.
Not an ex-Eagle. That's right. Yeah. But they have to find connections, see? That's the whole thing. They just take whatever connections they can take. It could be a car accident in L.A., but the driver was from Philly originally, so that must mean something. And then they attach all these numbers. I don't buy any of it, because it's always wrong. If they were right, then they would be millionaires, and they would have gotten all their other predictions right. And they don't. They got them wrong. Last year, they said the Vikings would win the Super Bowl because Prince was blood sacrificed. Right? Yeah. Well, didn't happen. So it's ridiculous. But it's getting on my nerves, because to me, the argument's dead. When you're wrong and it's wrong, then it's over. Patriots would have won. They would have had more to say because then they would have been right. But
well, they weren't.
Yeah, they weren't. No, they weren't not right.
And they're still trying to like twist it around to help their argument. No.
Yeah.
You guys were wrong. You guys told me the Patriots are going to win because it's scripted, because it's rigged. That's what you said. You can't flip it around now. And by the way, this guy, I can't consider him an Eagles fan. I can't. He's not a true Eagles fan. He was flooding your comments after the game complaining about the victory.
About the victory. That's right.
Enjoy the moment. They just won a Super Bowl.
They won a Super Bowl. Enjoy the moment.
And you want to talk about it being scripted. Go home. Go to bed. Yeah. Take a nap.
Take a nap. Yeah, it's over. It ain't scripted. And, hey, it's a clean win. Eagles are world champions. And it's the start of a golden era. That's all I know. I had to get that off my system because it really got on my nerves the week leading up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I want to just get it out and be done with it so I don't have to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
I feel better.
It's off. It's out.
Soft.
We won't address this ever again.
Nope.
We don't have to. Because the Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
Champs. That's right.
That's right.
Now, I have one thing else I want to say.
Yeah.
All Cowboy fans, Giant fans, I think you should address all Eagle video makers, all Eagle fans as champs. So the proper respect would be, hey, champ. The Eagles, are they going to repeat? Hey, champ. I liked your video. Hey, champ. That was a hell of a game you guys played. Hey, champ. We won 5 Super Bowls, but you have to call us champ. Just till we're dethroned because we are currently the champions of the world.
For the next, at least 65 days, whenever the hell the next.
Whatever the whole next one is.
We're world champions.
But I'm already picking repeat.
Same.
I'm picking them.
I made a video about this last night. The Patriots right now are the Super Bowl favorites next year, not the Eagles.
Oh, really? Okay.
Does that surprise you?
No, that's just exactly what I expect. I'm sure the Patriots will retool. I'm sure they will figure it out. But, hey, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just keep doubting us,
yep.
You know? It's gonna be an interesting offseason. I'm telling you, this whole Foles, where he goes, it intrigues me a lot to see what a guy as a Super Bowl MVP can get. I think somebody is going to bite. Somebody is going to be like, we're going to take this guy. Who, I don't know, you know, but to me, it can't be for less than a first-round pick. You know, I have no problem keeping Foles around. I don't.
Yeah.
So it has to really wow me for me to move him.
Yeah, it's crazy because I made that video like a week ago, and obviously everything's changed again because he just threw for 373 yards, 3 touchdowns in a goddamn Super Bowl. So obviously his stock is soaring. Yeah. So anyway, I know you have to get going soon. I don't know if you know what the time it is.
I got to go soon. Another 5 minutes, wrap it up. I guess.
All right. You know. So we can kind of continue this conversation just a little bit. It'll be interesting to see who would potentially want to trade for us, to us. But, you know, I'm kind of with you. You know, my thoughts have changed a little bit. There's a part of me that wants to keep him because Wentz, if I want to bring Wentz back, I want him to be 100% healthy, not 95%.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want him 100, and I want to give him, even if I have to give him an opportunity to you know, practice a little bit and get ready. I don't want him rushed. I want him comfortable because he's going to miss all the OTAs. He's going to miss probably, you know, all training camp, and he'll probably, I think he'll be ready week 1, or he'll claim he's ready week 1 because that's just the way he is.
Yeah.
But if you don't have to put him in for, let's say, the first 4 games, and you have Foles, I didn't do it. To me, do it. I have no problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you get a first-round pick, let's say, I don't know, you said the Arizona Cardinals picked 15, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. If they were to trade you the 15th pick overall, you would have to do it.
Yeah.
If you get a first-round pick, you have to do it. Because really, you don't have a lot of picks. You don't have a second and third. and you're picking last in the first round. So you're essentially picking in the second round.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to do it. I think I just find it fascinating. I think it's going to be one of the most fascinating things because Super Bowl MVPs usually got a lot of sway. A quarterback that wins and beats the Patriots, that's got to carry a lot of value. I mean, a team's got to be willing to do what he does good. I think if I'm Nick Foles, I want to go. There's certain places I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want to go somewhere where the coordinator and the coach are going to do the things that I do best. But it's going to be interesting because I think the Eagles are going to get a lot for Foles. I think it's going to surprise people how much value he will get because people value a quarterback. And then a quarterback that has an MVP Super Bowl under his belt, it's fascinating. It is. And I love Foles. If he stays, I'm happy. If they say, we'll give you a second round pick for Nick Foles, take a walk. Forget it. No. No way. It has to be something we just can't turn down.
Yeah.
You know.
An offer too good to refuse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where. I think Arizona, the Jets. I even heard some people say that Minnesota may even look at him. Yeah. So, and they're going to interview our offensive or quarterback coach, right?
Yeah, for
the Flippo. So if they get the Flippo, he may want Foles.
That's a good call.
Actually. So it's to me, I think the most fascinating thing.
Dude, he's going to Minnesota.
I don't want him to go. I want him to stay.
Because see, the thing about the Cardinals is this. Because I know that's like a popular spot that people want to say. Yeah, watch, they're going to trade for him, but it's going to make me look stupid. But I think they're in a position where they need to rebuild. And if you want to trade for Foles, that means you got to trade for him and then lock him up to a lot of money. And they're not ready to win right now.
Right.
Foles needs to be in a position where he has a great offensive line. And Arizona is a big weakness there on the O-line. Larry Fitzgerald isn't getting any younger. They have like some great players on that roster, but as a team, as an overall roster, it's not that good. Obviously they have Chandler Jones and you got Tyrann Mathieu and Patrick Peterson, but you also look at some of these guys on that defense and that offense, and it's just like, it's not really that good.
Yeah, I know. Minnesota may be the sneaky pick. It really might. That's one we'll have to watch out. I think the Jets are also an option because I think the Jets would like that veteran quarterback. You know what I mean? I think it's one of the most fascinating things to watch this offseason for sure.
I wonder what the Jets – see, the thing is the Jets pick 6th, and I don't think they would give up the 6 for Foles.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take it in a minute.
I wonder if they would do something where, like, they give you their first next year because they have the 6th this year.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Minnesota's got a late first, right?
Yeah.
So would Minnesota give you a late first and like a third or something like that? See, I think it's going to – I know. I just got a weird feeling Minnesota. I got a weird feeling.
If they get DeFilippo, that's actually the spot that makes sense. I mean, but they also have – well, Case Keenum is a free agent.
They're all 3 of them are free agents.
All
Bridgewater is a free agent, and you don't know what a new – who's the coach there? Who's the head coach there now? Mike Zimmer, that's right. So he didn't get replaced, but they lost their offensive coordinator to the Giants, right?
Yeah.
So if the Flipper goes there, that makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to go to Minnesota. Yeah. And who knows? I mean, maybe Cleveland, maybe the Browns will do something for us again. Come on, Browns. You got it in you. You got to feel the pressure. You wouldn't win any games. That 4th pick overall looks mighty nice. Come on. Give it to us. I want Barkley, man.
Get a little Saquon Barkley?
That's my favorite player in college football. I want Barkley. Man, I would lose my mind. I would. Could you imagine Dawkins, the Hall of Fame, Eagles win the Super Bowl, they get Barkley? I can't take it. I can't take all that. That's just too much. Then I'm going to think that I must be in heaven or something. I must have died because that's too much stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. In all seriousness, I think it's the most fascinating storyline going in all season.
Yep.
You know.
It's up there, definitely. So, all right, we'll get final thoughts and we'll get you out of here because I know you got to go.
Okay. Final thoughts, man. I want to say thank you to you. We had a great year. We did those recaps. I mean, you know, if people could see some of the offline stuff talked, and I remember the Giant games, we were like, dude, this team could win a Super Bowl way back then. And then the Chargers. But I want to thank you, man. It was a lot of fun. It was a hell of a ride. It was a hell of a ride. And look, I hope we can do it again next year. I look forward to it.
The perception of Eagles football has changed forever. We're going to go from Negadelphia to Posidelphia because we're about to win a couple of these bad boys.
Oh, yeah.
Not just one. Not just one. The Giants fans, the Cowboys fans, the Redskins fans, they should be shaking in their boots. The memes, they're gone. No more ringless memes. No more ringless shirts. It's done.
Yeah.
Done. It's over.
Yeah. Yeah, and now we're coming for more rings than you. And it's getting ready to happen. We're going to take out what? The Redskins first? They got to go first?
They'll go first. It's going to be a
domino effect.
Domino effect. We'll take them down, and then the Giants, and then after the evil empire, the Cowboys.
We're going to go after them.
Yeah, there it is. All right, that's Philly 500. I am Adrian Fedq. I'll see you Thursday at the parade.
Peace.
Take care.